for this episode of the Weird Obscure World podcast.
I have been abducted.
Wait, what?
The main forms they take are reptilian entities.
All right, welcome to the show. Today we're here with Tiago Luis Cicchetti. Okay, say that one more time for me. I know I mangled it.
Well, Tiago Luis is correct. Cicchetti is Italian name. So say like a pasta, fettuccine, Cicchetti.
Okay, it's Italian?
Yeah, it's Italian.
Okay.
I guessed it when I saw
You
it.
guess, I guessed maybe it was Portuguese or something. All right. Well, now you wrote a book about UFOs in Brazil, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd you get into UFO research and hunting in Brazil?
Well, I always said that I was born with ufology in my blood.
Nice.
Yeah, my father was a Brazilian Air Force pilot, and he liked that subject a lot. And when I started to read, the things that I read was comic books like Spider-Man, X-Men, Captain America, something like that, and UFO magazines. In Brazil, we had already the Revista UFO magazine. Is the oldest still printed magazine in the world.
It's still being printed?
And
Yeah, it's still printed. Yeah.
What's it called?
Revista UFO. UFO magazine in Brazil is Jevaer. Jevaer the editor, and I'm the co-editor of the magazine.
Wow.
So a
And,
magazine you read as a kid, now you're the editor of?
Yeah.
How's that for living your dreams?
Yeah, that's it. Well,
Follow through.
it's amazing because I started to read it when I was a kid, and then I moved it to Brasilia, and I became the Revista UFO magazine translator, and then I started to go up, and now I'm co-editor of the magazine.
That's fantastic.
So did your dad, as a pilot, talk about UFOs? Had he seen any? What spiked your interest in it?
My father passed away almost 30 years ago. But he never saw during his duty, a UFO. And we talk a little about that. He had that book from Eric von Däniken, Charts of Gods.
Uh-huh.
And
Yep.
yeah, that was the first book I read about the UFO, so alien subject. And my father never saw it on duty, but when he was a teenager, for 3 nights in a row in São Paulo, he lived in São Paulo. He saw with my aunt. He saw a classic flying disc. The classic, like a disc, not two saucers, and the lights.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw for 3 nights in a row. Maybe that made him to know more about the UFOs. And then he got to Air Force, and he studied. He never studied that, but I know that he liked it a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's that's interesting. So your dad saw him as a teenager, went into the Air Force. Now he probably studied, aeronautical engineering if he was a pilot, and
Right.
Yeah.
that probably hovered in the back of his mind the whole time.
Yeah, and he was divorced of my mom, and every Friday, my brother and I we went to his office in Rio de Janeiro in Air Force Base, and every time that I went there, I asked Dad, now you're working at the Secret Service of the Brazilian Air Force, okay? What do you have here about UFOs? You have photos, you have reports, you have something. And he always told me, no, I don't have enough. Well, one day, I'm just tired to ask. Well, let's ask again. No matter. It's not gonna hurt him. Dad, what do you have about the UFOs here? and he looked at me and said, he picked up the phone and private, come here and bring the 2 boxes of what we have about UFOs.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa! I
About
couldn't believe
fall
it.
out of your seat.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. He was lying to me every time. And he brought this 2 boxes. You know, this brown boxes, the archives, you put archives papers up there in there. And I start to read it, 1,000 of reports.
Oh my gosh.
Many reports. But the one thing caught my attention. It was a photo, a perfect photo of a flying disc, like made of silver, something like that, shining like a silver. And the photo was took from somebody inside of a cockpit of an airplane, and the UFO was in his left, and was not longer more than 200 meters of distance.
Further,
That's
like
how
for,
close it
Yeah,
was.
200. For
200 meters away from him. Wow.
Yes, it was perfect. It's a perfect UFO. And I asked, Dad, can I have it? Can I have this photo? Can I have it? No, you can't. You can't have it. Well, can I make copies? Well, we in 1993, it was 1993, 1992. We didn't have iPhones or
Right.
cameras.
Yeah.
Dad, can I make copies of that in a machine? You can make. No, you can't. Well, what can I do? Well, you can write it. So I started to write all the cases by hand.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
And but he never let me got that picture. It for me, it was the smoke gun.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that it was a flying saucer.
Is there any way now that you can petition the government for any of that information?
I already did, but the Brazilian government and Brazilian Air Force tells that never, they don't have this photo, because, well, I just got a photo. I don't have the information of the date, the time, and the hour. It is important. Is it the gap that the government use to not release what you ask?
Sure.
For example, well, I want a photo of a UFO taken on April 5th, 1972 at 5 o'clock. If the photo was taken April 5th, 1996, 5:01, they won't release to you because you wrote the minutes you type it wrong. So that's a gap to them to don't release it.
They've got a way to hide it.
This photo published here in Brazil.
How old were you when you saw this photo?
I was 17.
So that's not information that you would just, have thought to write the exact everything down, the specifics.
Yeah.
Especially if you're seeing a UFO for the first time.
Yes, and the photo was so perfect. If I see this photo today, I probably would think that will be a Photoshop.
Oh.
But they didn't have Photoshop back
They
then.
didn't have Photoshop back then time.
Right.
It's so perfect. So perfect. No,
So
it's a Photoshop, it's a video, was a Hollywood movie, something like that. It's not. It's amazing.
Speaking of photos taken from aircraft, what do you think about the United States Department of Defense releases they gave from those tracking? What was it?
The Tic Tac limits.
Yeah.
Well, I think is the beginning, or what I call a soft disclosure.
Yeah. Just
probably lots more behind that.
They probably
will not disclose it behind that.
Right.
There's too many consequences.
Yeah. Unless they can use it to their benefit.
Yeah, they can use it for their benefits. They cannot the government, for example, the American North American government, they cannot say that, well, for at least 50 years we have been lying to you.
Right.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
That wouldn't pan out.
Sorry,
very
but
well.
well, some people died because of that. You know, some
Well,
people lost their job, their family. Well,
Well, and what if the reports are true that they have some technology that would make life so much easier and so much more efficient? If they have that information and now they come out and they say, "Well, we've had it all along," I think that it would create some issues for some civil unrest.
Yeah.
sure.
What would it do to the economy right away if they're just if they announced, yeah, we're aware of, you know, aliens or extraterrestrials.
One thing I think we have for sure: the UFOs don't use gasoline to fly.
Right.
No.
Right.
So if you can use another type of fuel in our planes that will not use oil or gasoline, the whole industry of that is going to collapse.
Yes.
Completely.
So why they gonna say, well, we have this new
Yeah.
technology made by water or made by sound or made by wind? We don't know.
Yep. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have a lot to lose.
It'd hurt. It'd scare them with the whole economy, and I imagine being in the government is scary anyway because the economy is
Fragile.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, there's an amazing book by Richard Dolan, AD, After Disclosure. This book is amazing, by Richard Dolan.
Dolan?
That tells perfectly like that what is going to happen to the world after the disclosure, on politics, on education, on economy, on religion. Everything is going to change. Everything is going to change.
Well, now's the time to do it because we're entering that space where everything changes anyway when a new means of communication is
Sure.
coming out.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, I agree.
So tell us about your book. What is it? What is the title of it? How did you come to write the book? And give us a little bit about it.
Well, my book, The UFO Contacts in Brazil, is my 11th book, but the first in English. Yeah.
It's the first in English, but the 11th.
in English. Yeah.
now, are the other ones now in Brazil? They speak Portuguese, correct?
Yeah, we speak Portuguese in Brazil.
That I don't know how to read Portuguese. I know how to read English and bad English.
Well, if you know some Spanish, you could.
Yeah, but I don't know Spanish either.
Well, this book has more than 500 pages and more than 300 photos and illustrations.
The one you just ordered?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Yes,
That's
and
pretty
more than
cool.
yeah, it's here.
I'll have to order myself.
Yeah, it's a book. It's not.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a very big
Yeah.
book.
So do you do a lot of hands-on research, like where you show
Yeah.
up and
Yeah.
take, investigation notes and things like that? Do you travel a lot to do this?
Not travel a lot, because today we have technology
Sure.
of communication. But I took 3 years to write this book, and what I did, I'm looking for cases in Brazil, very with as many details as possible. So I got very good reference by ufologists in Brazil and by witnesses. I got in touch with many witnesses by phone or by email or WhatsApp, something like that. And I looking for cases that we get. I had very good details and photos and information and documents. Of course, that not all the cases in Brazil are in this book. But in my conception, in my opinion, the best cases are here in this book. I have more than 100 cases in this book, and I have chapters with where I write about UFO crashes in Brazil, Virgin incident, the plate operation in Brazil. So this book is completed. I think I am humble, but I have to say this book is show the readers the ufology in Brazil as never seen before.
I'm excited.
That's awesome.
I am excited. If there's one instance that stands out to you, what would that be? The one that has the most shocking to you?
Oh, it's very hard, that father, to choose one of these children, you know.
I love them all the same.
Well,
Yeah,
except that little rotten one over in the corner, but you know, the rest are nice.
but we have the Virginia case. The Virginia case is amazing.
Virgin case?
Yes, when in 1996, in May of 1996, a UFO crashed in Virginia City. It's a city of Minas Gerais state here in Brazil. And this UFO crashed in Virginia. And we have a huge cover-up because 4 entities, 4 alien beings were rescued. 2 are dead and 2 alive.
Oh, 2 alive.
Yes, and the Brazilian Army and Brazilian firefighters of Virginia worked together to get these creatures, but we had more than 200 witnesses of the creatures of the UFO crossing the sky and crashing, and we have militaries that made part of this cover-up. They still in duty. They still in duty in Brazilian Army, and that's why they can come forward and say what they saw. But we have their testimonies recorded. We have it already, but we just can't publish it when they die, because they are afraid to have some.
They've probably got some non-disclosure agreements that.
Yeah,
put them in jeopardy, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
And well, I can say I know very, very well about the Roswell incident. I know Don Schmidt, I know Kevin Handel, and I knew Stanton Friedman, and I can say that Virginia case can be much bigger than Roswell.
Than the Roswell one.
Yeah,
sure.
all the witnesses.
Roswell had few witnesses.
Yeah, you've got
alive. Yes, there's
4
2
beings.
witnesses alive.
You've got 2 of the beings alive. It'd be real interesting to find out where they are.
But the best
if
thing
they're
is,
still alive.
well, the coincidence. Let's say the coincidence. Let's talk about the coincidence. A week after that, this event happened, a big airplane from United States landed in Virginia airport. It's a small airport.
Yeah.
And on board of this airplane, there's a lot of militaries and people from NASA.
It was just a coincidence.
It was coincidence.
They're not connected at all.
Yeah.
Some Brazilian trucks, of all the Brazilian Army trucks, went to the airport and dispatched some boxes, big boxes,
Loaded stuff onto the aircraft to come to the United States. And
some time later, well, the United States invited a Brazilian first astronaut to the moon, to the space. So we exchanged an wreckage, UFO, and some aliens for a ticket to ride in space.
I see.
I think it's coincidence. It's coincidence.
It's totally not connected.
Yeah. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see.
We were just out at Area 51. I'm sure you heard of the big event happening out there. We were there for that. There is a strong military presence for that particular piece of property that clearly is also by coincidence.
Yes.
It does have nothing to do.
Nothing to see.
On purpose. It's just coincidence that happened.
It's all perfectly natural, perfectly healthy.
So, are you drawing any connections between all of these? Do you think that in all of your research you're able to better understand what's the point? What are they doing? Are they coming from different planets, or do you think that we still don't have enough information?
Well, we as ufologists and a civilian, we don't have any idea at all. In my opinion, well, one of my books is about alien typology. I wrote this book. I researched more than 10,000 of cases to make to try to draw a line of connections of aliens. And what I got 72 types of alien beings that was reported in cases, in the whole world in many years.
Way that you can get this book in English for me.
I write in English for you.
I might have to get it and then just Google Translate. It might take me 3 or 4 decades, but I'll get through it.
I sent you on PDF.
Yeah. My neighbor speaks Portuguese. Maybe we'll just spend some together.
I actually have a buddy whose wife is from Brazil.
Yeah. My neighbor, my kids play with her kids. She's from Brazil. So maybe we'll order the books and then we'll just do a reading night where she reads to me aloud.
Boy, it sounds.
or I think a podcast. I would do I read the book in English podcast.
that would be excellent. We'll have to get them on and get them.
And well, after this study, I have no idea why they're here. When I go do some lecture or speech. I always say, we don't know where they come from, and we don't know their agenda. Maybe they are here for tourism. Maybe they're here just stop and go. Maybe they're here just studying us. Maybe they're here just, well, let's see what what we have in that blue planet. We don't know. Mm-hmm. One thing that I'm sure that they are not here to conquer us.
Sure.
Because if they wanted,
they would have.
Yeah.
Would have a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they are here to save us. Well, they're not here to save us because if they want to, they will do it.
If you follow along Zachariah Sitchin, maybe they're here just checking up on their creation, seeing what we're doing.
That's one of my favorite theories.
Yeah, that they're just here. Like if we had an ant farm and we went and visited it and dropped the sugar pellets in once a week, maybe that's all they're doing.
Sometimes I call ourselves like lab rats.
Yes.
Yeah. We are lab rats. Yeah. We do it with rats in our laboratories. They can do it with us. We don't know.
Well, if our governments lab rat us, there's no reason why extraterrestrials wouldn't lab rat us either.
So you're talking 72 that you've had experience witness to 72 different types of species.
Yes.
72.
Yeah.
72.
I'm gonna get that book in Portuguese, and I'm going to.
Let me show you. I wrote that book, and also a friend of mine made all the statues of this 72.
What?
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I need a whole collection of those.
Yeah. What I would really like is if there's any place where you have
terrifying. Some of those are so scary.
Where you have
Virginia case. This is from Virginia.
The red eye?
Yeah.
The mantid.
Oh, no.
Oh.
This is Betty Anderson.
Yeah. Oh.
This one, let's see. This one,
And you talk about this in this book? All of these? Okay, I need to know the name of that book.
Yeah. What's the name of that book?
I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Just put my camera back.
That is terrifying because
That's awesome. I like that.
This is the second edition. It's my second edition.
Okay.
Extraterrestrial.
Okay, extra.
Oh, the typology. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love the cover of that. It's kind of an ode to Da Vinci.
Yes, it's the Da Vinci draw for human, and I use it. I put on alien on that.
That's awesome.
after this research, I couldn't tell you why they are here. In my book, I don't give an answer of that. I just put all the cases together by decades.
Sure. Well, you're a researcher, so you don't want to draw any conclusions.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm.
And my goal, my goal is not to make or push people to believe in what I believe.
Sure.
I'm in ufology because I like it, and because I want to answer my questions. I'm not gonna make someone think just like me, because I think the people must to think themselves and different thinking.
You got to draw your own conclusions.
Yes.
How wild would that be? Oh, I can't wait to get that. Now, does that book, the Extraterrestrial, does it have illustrations and all that in it?
Yes, and these illustrations were made. I don't know how do you call it in English. That professional that draws the bad guys in forest. Yeah. Forest here.
Oh, okay.
He was a police forest, and he draw all this aliens for me.
A sketch artist, like a police artist. Oh, this book is so on. I'm ordering this.
There's statistics of course, many statistics of.
So just like all the information you could gather about each one of these species, you put into this.
Yes.
I'll bet that was a fun yet scary book to write.
That is terrifying.
It's amazing when I got that conclusion, that when I concluded the book, and I realized that I got 72 types, and many of them never appear again. Many of them. That's why I believe that we have been visited by many species, many kind of aliens.
I mean, we're just so small. As like the galaxy is concerned, we're just so small.
Yes.
It would be hard to think that we would be visited by all species all the time. I mean, we're just like this tiny little pinhead out in space.
Yes, that's it. We are very small in this universe, and we cannot be so selfish to think that we are the only one intelligent.
So
for me, it's not intelligent. It's for me, think like that, it is stupid.
Yes.
Hopefully one day we join these other species in venturing out, and we get past this chaos that we have here on Earth, and we get out and we find peace and, trade with them. Maybe they've got some food that we like, or
maybe they have some medicine that we need.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Medicine, education. Yeah, it'd be nice if we could figure our way through that.
Yeah, sure. No, it's my mate make me some lasagna.
There you go.
Obrigado.
Definitely Italian. So did your family come from Italy to Brazil?
Yeah, my grandfather.
Your grandfather did. Okay.
Yeah, they come from Palermo in Italy, and I have this name in Italian. My family is half Italian, half Portuguese.
Nice.
So you say you do speeches and things. What's next for you? Do you travel? I mean, do you go around and talk about UFOs?
Yeah.
Or is there a like we have the MUFON network here? Do you guys have a network similar to that?
Well, we have MUFON here in Brazil. I'm assistant of national director of MUFON in Brazil.
Awesome.
And I'm field investigator, certificate by MUFON as well. We have the Revista UFO magazine. We make 4 or 5 congress here in Brazil every year in different cities, just to spread ufology to a lot of people, to many people as we can. So next year, now we are ready to talk.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah. In March, I'm gonna speak in Curitiba. We're gonna have a lecture event in Curitiba about ufology, and in June we have another one, and probably gonna go to Nevada. I think the next symposium of MUFON is in Nevada or Arizona. I don't remember. I probably go to United States just to watch, not to speak, just to watch. And we do.
Let us know. We'll meet you there. We'll go have some food.
Great, let's go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, do you foresee yourself writing more books as more information comes out? I'm sure that there's probably this point where you're like, okay, I have enough information. This has to go into a book. Or do you think this last one was kind of the big one?
You mean the UFO contacts in Brazil?
Right.
Yeah.
No, they will have. I will have a second volume, of course.
Oh my gosh.
This book covers from pre-1930s until 2017.
And there's
so
still
now 2020,
right?
And we have already a lot of cases. We'll take a little time, okay, but we have. I can do a updated edition of the book. It's gonna be bigger, of course, but I have to talk to Philip Mantle about that. Well, I think that according to him, I can write another book as soon as possible.
Do you get a lot of video? Like we mentioned before, you didn't have iPhones back then. We didn't. The technology supports eyewitness testimony today more than it ever has. Do people just send in just video after video of strange things they see in the sky?
Yes, but 95% is all misinterpretation or plain or fake, something like that.
Do you guys just spend a ton of time weeding through, this is a bird, this is a street light, this is
when you study and analyze photos and videos, you get a point that when you see it, the photos on the video, in a second you say, no, it's a bird.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a balloon. Oh, it's an airplane. You can say that.
You become an expert.
Yeah, some of the videos and photos, of course, you have to make a deep analysis, but 95% is understandable. You can tell what it is.
Yeah. Well, I imagine that's a full-time job, just filtering through them. But when you find something real, when you find something or something that you can't explain away, then you have to dive in. You have to get down in the dirt with that one.
But most important, if you can't explain, does it mean that it is an extraterrestrial aircraft?
Yeah, it could go either way.
You have a bunch of options as well.
Yeah,
sure.
And you have to just keep researching and until you
know, to be honest, you never be sure and claim that that object was from extraterrestrial origin. You cannot say that.
Sure.
You cannot say that. You can say, and I always say, that it's not a human artifact. It's not human.
Yeah.
Because our airplanes need wings to fly, needs tail to fly, and it's fuel to fly. But we cannot say that from extraterrestrial origin.
Yeah, that's or even if it is from Earth, we don't know about it. It's something that is
a secret airplane, something like that.
Yeah, that's insane. I am gonna get this extraterrestrial. Is that how you say it?
Excuse me?
Extraterrestrial, the book about all the different species. That one excites me. I'm excited for that one. And
Guia da Tipologia Extraterrestre. guide
Okay.
of
I cannot make my tongue do those things. But I definitely want to, when I get it, I want to get you back on and go through these some more.
Which
I
one of
will.
those do you think frightens you the most? I don't know why I go to fear immediately, because I don't
But you
know
want to
if-
be abducted by aliens. I don't get it.
I do.
Betsy.
No,
solid
don't say
knowledge.
that.
He's with me on it. I don't want to. I've got a workout regimen to defeat him. She wants it.
No, if you want to get invited to go to a flying saucer and then returns back, it's okay.
Yes, yes.
But
Like, I don't
abducted,
want to be
no. Abducted,
maimed
no.
or yeah. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want communication, direct communication.
If it's Spielberg's E.T., tell me, come on, let's go. Okay, I go. But Grace, get me, abduct me. No, thank you.
Is there one when you were doing your topology that you thought, boy, this one has to be the worst, like the most frightening? There's a lot to choose from, obviously, but
Well, just one is not a frightening. The ones who look like us. We call the Nordics.
Mm-hmm.
they've got the same appearance as us.
Yes, the rest, it's amazing frightening.
Mm.
All of them.
Yeah.
If you see something like that in front of you, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a brain with an eyeball on it.
Oh no.
So
Yeah.
you cannot choose one of the most. Well, there's some like monkey, there's some like a lizard. Many of them are very frightening.
Yeah, I think they'd all scare me.
We probably scare them, truth be told. They're like, oh, what is it?
Yeah, we talk like, well, they're very ugly, but when they see us, oh, they have two legs and two arms and two eyes. Wow, they're very hairy. Have hair on the head.
That's true.
Or
That's
maybe
true.
not hairy enough.
Yeah, they're
True.
bald. How do you think the public, has there been a shift? I haven't seen a huge shift here as I follow, the latest UFO stories and abduction stories. There's still very, very straight lines on people who believe and people who don't believe. Do you think that is shifting? The more information we collect, or do you think that just a lot of people just don't hear the right information?
Well, I think this is changing because the youngest person,
The
the
next
oldest,
generation.
the oldest, they believe or they don't.
Yes.
There's no medium term. They
Mhm.
do or they don't. But I see, and I can see it. I can say, my kids. I have a 11 years old boy and a daughter of 5. For them, my office full
Oh,
of
that,
books,
they
and
loved
it's
in there.
completely normal.
Yeah.
It's normal. And when I ask them, do you believe that we are alone in the universe? They said, Dad, don't be silly. The universe is so big. Why did not come here to visit us?
I think that this is a subject matter, if nothing else, needs to be maybe not an entire subject taught on it in school, but just the idea
Yes.
needs to be introduced
Mhm.
very young, that, we don't know everything there is to know about the entire universe. So the idea that, we are the only species living is preposterous.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that the kids now they was born with a little chip that connect them to the world, because they are so smart, much
Yeah.
smarter than we are.
And they've got
when we
information.
are 11 and 5 years old.
Information.
They are prepared. They are prepared to
Sure.
this final contact. We are not. They are.
Yeah.
If
And
you
maybe
walk
that's what the
inside-
aliens are doing. Maybe
Yeah.
aliens are just here seeing, are they ready? No, they're not ready. They're still,
No, No, they're ready.
But the
If
kids
we-
are ready.
If we were walking in a sidewalk, and we see an alien, we're gonna see, oh gosh, oh my God. If this happened to them, to the youngest, they're gonna say, hey, high five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Me, you're just gonna see running. You're just gonna see my back.
Yeah, they're gonna invite the alien to play PS4 or Xbox, something like that.
Yeah, my 7-year-old would probably say, "Mom, I saw the coolest VR guy today ever."
Yeah. Yeah. He comes over.
I want to be his friend.
Yeah.
He comes over and he puts the VR headset on immediately.
Yeah.
He's out in the
Yes.
front right now, just on the VR.
I think that's the mind going to change, not because we have more or less information. This more or less information is going to change our mind, or adults' mind.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
The kids, they don't need it. They have already much information. They have cartoons, comic books, movies that tells them or give them the idea that we are not alone in a universe. And
Sure.
for them, this is very normal. It's normal. It's a real life for them. To adults, it's different because we came in a century, past century that, well, it's not possible because of physics say that it's impossible to travel in the universe, because it's impossible because our teachers in the school said, oh, it's impossible. We have the only one in the universe. We are the only one in the solar system. We were taught in a different way.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. And William Shatner, he didn't believe in aliens unless he could fornicate with them. So
That's true. That's true.
yeah. This is awesome. I'm excited for the book to get here. And I'm excited for the next book. I can't pronounce it the way you do, but
I'm gonna send you the PDF. Just send me your email later, and I'll
Okay.
send you the PDF copy.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to buy it anyway because I want the hard copy that I can hang on the wall. And
Give me your address, and I send you with our autograph.
oh,
Awesome.
that'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. I like pictures. I'm an ape. I like pictures, and I want to,
Me too.
read the statistics and see the drawings and all that. I'm excited about
I
that.
told you I love comic books, so I like drawings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
love it. That's fantastic. And when I get it, I'm going to, I think we need to have a series of podcasts, over time, breaking down these different types of aliens, where they were seen, what type of ships they fly, how they move.
Yeah, do we know that information, like any of their technology, or is this just based on eyewitness testimony of having seen them?
Eyewitness testimony and a few reports, because we don't have free information about that.
Well, and we
don't
don't
know.
understand their technology, so
Well, how cool is that? We see different types of UFOs. You have saucers, you have triangles, you
Sure.
have tic tacs, and they may all be a different species altogether. And there may be some that fly, invisible ships like Wonder Woman. So you never see those at all. It's probably that brain guy. That brain
Yeah.
guy. He would scare me to death.
Well, I wrote this book about alien typology, but I wrote in as well. Let me see. And I did as well, to complement, the type of UFOs.
oh,
So there's one
That's
about okay.
complementary.
Okay, I've got a
so you've got testimony about the different types of UFOs seen.
Yes.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Very type.
See, and I
Is
want
there-
those hanging on the wall.
Is there some that are most common? Do you think?
Which one?
Is there a type of
disc.
UFO that's
The
most
one?
common? The disc, is that the most common one?
Yeah, the flying disc is still the more common. In the second place is the lights, the spheres,
Okay.
and
It feels like there's been an evolution of their technology that we've witnessed.
Yeah.
It's different
You-
species. One
Yes.
the original species goes back and says, "Hey, there's this planet over there.
You got a very good point. Very good point. Because many people ask me, well, it's decreasing the numbers of sightings and photos and videos of UFOs. I say, well, yes, it's true. It's true. But why they are not interested in us anymore? And I said, no, they got technology. They are here not to be seen. They are here to do something that we don't know what they have to do.
Yeah.
It was since the beginning. If it's not, we're gonna take. We would have 1,000 and thousands of photos of UFOs. If they want to show up, they just landed in a Central Park in New York.
Yeah.
Sure.
They landed in the White House. Landed not flying over the White House. They landed in the White House garden.
Hop out waving.
Yes, like the day they stood.
The day the Earth stood still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
They
you
may
want to
just
know,
be dropping off sensors. They may just drop off sensors, cameras, head out.
Yes, and their technology is getting better and better to avoid to be seen by us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels that way.
The brain in the Wonder Woman.
Yeah, we have that movie, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
The first Spider-Man Homecoming. When they Stark Industries are traveling with alien devices in an airplane that have some technology that make the airplane invisible in the sky.
Cloaking.
With flags, with I don't know what's that. Maybe they have this technology as well. We cannot see through our eyes. And we have reports that the UFO was seen just with infrared cameras.
And radar operators.
And radar operates. Yeah.
That's
But
another
we
thing.
not see it not by eyes.
That's another thing that I find really interesting. Have you guys done any research on air tower, air traffic control officers? A friend of mine did it, and he said that every single air traffic control officer will tell you they've seen something. Every one of them, they're without exception.
They see much more than pilots. Much more.
Yeah.
Much more than pilots, because they are on a radar screen. And they pick that hotel. We here in Brazil, I don't know how called in North America, but UFO here in Brazil is called hotel.
Mm-hmm. They call them
point,
hotels.
Hotel track.
Uh-huh.
And I have some conversation with some people that work in radar towers, and they told me that they see almost every day something strange.
Yes.
Well,
it becomes so commonplace.
Yes.
That they see more of them than they do actual air traffic.
Yes. Just to avoid the collision between the airplanes and UFOs.
Yes.
There's a UFO over there. Okay, let's see the airplane number. Blah 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 blah. Okay, no, they're not gonna hit. Leave the UFO there.
Yeah, that's what they say. So there may be lots more that we just don't see.
Maybe the first time they came
are invisible. We cannot see.
Yeah.
Maybe the first time they came, they nabbed one of us, like Travis Walton.
Yeah.
Did inspection on his eye to see what light spectrum he sees in, and then headed out.
Oh, that's creepy.
Changed their technology and came back invisible.
Yes. I know Travis Walton. He came to Brazil several times.
Yeah.
And I spoke to him several times. And every time that he comes to Brazil, I ask the same thing. Travis, tell me what happened. And I said, Thiago, again? Yes, again. He never changed a word.
Yeah. Well, he's passed polygraphs on it, all that.
Polygraph, yes, his friends as well. And I think that his story is true. It's true. There's no way to deny it.
Sure.
Yep.
But we don't have much more information about that.
That's because we're we're the rodent looking up at the evolved species. We're not evolved to their point yet. We don't understand them.
We kill each other.
Yeah, we're still.
We kill animals that don't hurt us. We kill each other. We're not in the same level of them, I think.
Yeah, we're still fighting over, dumb stuff. We're not figuring this out. We're fighting over our different religions or money or oil or,
Yeah, we still think we not think as humankind. We think are American, as a Brazilian, as a French, as Australian. We don't think like a global thinking.
Yeah,
Sure.
We still have president of United States. We still have president of Brazil. We still have president of Argentina. We don't have a person that rules the planet, and we will not be. We will be called like human race. We are human. Where are you from? We are from Earth. We are human. That's it.
Well, I think maybe AI is going to run away, and that'll change. AI will just take us over and tell us.
Well, I'm not so optimistic to see this final contact with when I'm alive. I don't think it's going to happen with me in this Earth. I think my son and my daughter, they will see it happen.
Okay.
But I don't think that I'm going to see it.
Yeah. I don't think I will either.
I would love it, but I don't think so.
What do you think? What do you
if
think?
If the brain
it will
alien
be?
came out, I would run.
How do you think that will all transpire? This final contact.
I think that. Well, it's very hard to say. I think that they're gonna show up in a very smooth way. They're gonna just. I forgot the name in English of that movie. That several spaceships just stand up in some places, and they are humans sent militaries to investigate it, but who talked to them was scientists. I forgot the name.
Like Independence Day.
No, it was
not Independence. It's a new one.
It was like Contact or something, but no, it was
it's like in Portuguese. It's called A Chegada. I forgot, but I think it's gonna be this way. They're gonna stand in a place, and we'll wait us to get to them.
They'll just land on major continents and just let themselves be known.
Yes. I think they're gonna be this way. But I don't know when.
Yeah, you never know. They might just land in the Forbidden City in China and just say, "Hey, how you doing?"
That's it.
They may break into our internet feeds and our television feeds and talk to us through the medium, or call us all on our cell phones. They could show up any way they wanted.
They have this technology. They could.
Well, they've got to dig back in their past. They've got to open up the old technology vaults and push the cobwebs away, because this technology is stuff they played with a long time ago, I'm sure. And then
the name of the film is The Arrival.
Yeah, The Arrival.
Okay.
The Arrival.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they had the ships kind of looked like concave almonds.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the aliens are very ugly. They just like octopus,
Oh man.
Yeah, not to look like us.
Yeah. No, they're not. I'm excited. So I'm gonna send you the address. We're gonna get this book, and then we're gonna have to jump back in here and talk about some of these aliens.
Of course.
That's my favorite subject, is the actual aliens, like the physiology. And
do you have a website where people can go to find out information on your books and things like that you wanna give to us?
Yes, I have a channel on YouTube. Just looking for Thiago Chiquete.
Okay.
Okay.
Thiago Chetty. Thiago Chiquete. I'm
Okay.
gonna send you as well. And the same name is on Facebook and Instagram.
We're gonna
send
this will
to
be
you.
posted on YouTube, and feel free to
Great.
to put it on yours as well.
Great.
Let's get it out there. Let's, you know, this is the funnest of subjects.
But let me ask you something. What is that
Which what?
in the middle of you?
Right here?
Yeah, what is that?
This is my tinfoil hat.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. When we talk about the government, I've got to have my defense.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have one.
Yeah. That's my tinfoil hat. I'll send you one of these.
I like it.
Yeah, that's sometimes, you know, the governments do crappy things. And when we talk about them, I don the hat so they can't.
He protects his brain.
Yeah.
One day I told to my wife, if you leave your notebook open, just put a tape on a camera. She said, why? Why is that? Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. My camera is in a different room than the room I get dressed in or do any other things, because you never know what they want to do. And like
my cell phones, I turn him upside down just to camera didn't show nothing.
Yep.
Just to be
But
sure.
they've got a camera on both sides now.
Yeah, and then I put a book up at it.
There you go. You got to cover it up, because, you know, I mean, we did a show on MK Ultra and the stuff. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that's a CIA DOD thing up here. And, you know, they played around with LSD, but they also, looks to me like they got blackmail on people and did a whole bunch of other crazy stuff. And so, yeah, I'm nervous of them, and I'm a veteran myself, way nervous.
Really?
Yeah.
That probably made you more nervous.
Could be.
Yeah.
They kind of make you crazy in there, but you know, but yeah, but thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you too. I love it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited for the show where we show the alien and we talk about him. So I think for the first one, I'm going to pick out like 10 aliens, the ones that scare me the most. And we're going to just talk about them.
They are classified by types, so you do it easily.
Oh, so we'll just go by types.
Yes.
Perfect.
You can choose
Tiago,
10 each time.
This has been a great interview.
Yeah,
we
it's been
really
great.
appreciate you coming on
Thank
today.
you. Sorry, my English. I use
No, your English is great.
better.
It's great.
You have nothing to apologize for. Do you hear me speaking Portuguese?
Yeah, you should hear his Portuguese.
Yeah. No, you have nothing to apologize for. I should branch out and learn a different language. No, you're the one that's stepping up to the plate. Us Americans, we think that everything has to be done in English. It's our fault.
Well, we're really looking forward to reading these books. I'm going to see what other ones I can get as well, and then I'll have Al to help us.
Yeah.
Send me your email and your address. I'm gonna send you my books.
All right,
Awesome.
will do. Thank you very much, Thiago, and we'll reach out to you again real soon.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yes, sir. Bye.